I was just spontaneously invited to a barbecue and was asked if I could not bring some bread. Of course I could have taken some from the freezer, but since I had some refreshed sourdough and some yeast, I decided to improvise. What a lovely day to bake! Moin, my name is Arne, German hobby baker who is living in Luxembourg. Today we bake flatbread, as you may know it from Turkish bakeries or Greek delis. It's a simple recipe that requires flour, water, a little sourdough, yeast, olive oil, yogurt and salt. You can prepare and bake the bread in just a few hours. You can also prepare it and bake it the next day, as you like. The taste will blow you away and it's a perfect side dish for your barbecue. Let's get started. This is from Luxembourg with Loaf.
We need 500 grams of flour for this recipe and 125 grams of sourdough starter. I've refreshed that the night before, so if you want to do that, it's 60 grams of flour, 60 grams of water and 5 grams of starter. Leave that overnight at room temperature. Then we add 5 grams of yeast. Actually, I want to make the fermentation go a little quicker and I did not have so much time, so I decided to add some yeast. That's like 5 grams that we need for this recipe. And we also add 100 grams of yogurt. And then we add 250 grams of water, and then we can use our hands and mix everything together. This will take some time. Just make sure that all the flour is incorporated with the water. After that's done, cover it with a plastic wrap and wait for 30 minutes. Then it's time to add 20 grams of olive oil and 12.5 grams of salt, and then incorporate that into the dough. And then cover it with a plastic wrap and leave it at room temperature for 30 minutes. And what we're doing now is stretch and folds. Wetten your hands and then pull out the dough and move it all over to the other side of the dough until you feel the tension is increasing in the dough. You can do it like 6 to 8 times and then you will notice that the dough actually is quite strength. Then cover it again and leave it for 30 minutes. And what we do now is called lamination. And now we spray some water over the countertop, and then the dough can go on the countertop as well. And then we use our fingers to pull the dough from the middle to the side, very gently, but this actually brings a lot of tension to the dough. The gluten development will be really pushed by this exercise. And then wrap the dough together from the sides to the middle, and this can go back to our mixing bowl. Cover it again with plastic wrap and leave it for another 30 minutes. 30 minutes later we do another exercise. We wetten our hands first and then we do coil folds. So pull the dough up and pull it a little bit over. Pull the dough up from the middle and pull it over. So this can be covered now for another 30 minutes. 30 minutes later you see already the fermentation from the yeast actually kicked in. You see some bubbles on the top. What we do now is we cover or we put some flour on the countertop, and then we want to divide that piece of dough into 2 equal portions. So take a dough scraper and then cut it or divide the dough in the middle. So we now want to pre-shape the dough into round balls. So turn it around, sticky side up, and then move the dough from the sides to the center. And repeat that with the second part of the dough as well. Place them in a kitchen towel to prevent the dough from sticking. Add some flour. Put some flour on top and then close the kitchen towel.
While we're waiting for the fermentation to get really going, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to my channel and activate notifications so you don't miss any of my next videos. Thanks.
After 1 hour, it's time to continue with the next step. Get the dough on your countertop and then gently push it from the middle to the side. Just give it a gentle massage. You can also take your both hands to stretch the dough a little. And then I'm transferring that to a parchment paper. And repeat that with your other dough. Then spray some water on the surface of the dough. That's needed for flatbreads. And then you can push your fingers and create a pattern. This actually makes a nicer crumb at the end because you will move the trapped gas a little bit to the sides. And then you can cover it also with sesame seeds. But you don't have to. And then spray it again with some water. And this will now go into the oven at 250 degrees Celsius or 482 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes with steam. And these are the flatbreads. Now we use the water spray bottle again, and actually we want to spray some water on the surface from the flatbreads to keep them moist. And also turn around the flatbreads and also spray the bottom side. And here are the flatbreads. Super nice, super airy, perfect side dish. Enjoy.
I hope you enjoyed my video. The bread was very well received at the barbecue and eaten after a short time. Next time I will definitely make more bread of this. Write me a comments, how did you like it, and link me on Instagram. See you next time, Addy, and goodbye.